Some homes hold more than walls, windows, and a roof. They hold a quiet, invisible current that seems to pull good things toward you. You might have noticed it without naming it. The bills somehow get paid with less strain. The days feel a little smoother. Opportunities show up without you chasing them. Meanwhile, other people work themselves to exhaustion and still feel like they are standing still. The difference isn't always in how hard you try. It can be in the ground you're standing on, in the very house you call home. If your home shows even 2 of the 9 signs I'm about to share, you may be living in a place where energy gathers and grows richer with time. This isn't about superstition or fancy decor. It's about subtle clues, things you can see, hear, and feel, that tell you your home is quietly working in your favor. These signs don't announce themselves with flashing lights. They're in the way the morning sun spills across your floor, the way a breeze finds its way inside, the way life, plants, birds, even children, chooses to settle around you. Ignore them, and you might walk away from a fortune that no paycheck could replace. Notice them, and you may realize you've already found the richest place you'll ever live. Number 1, leaves finding their own way to the sun. There's a quiet kind of wealth that has nothing to do with your bank account and everything to do with the ground your home stands on. One of the clearest signs of it is something you might walk past every day without thinking. Plants that thrive without your constant care. Imagine stepping outside on a cool morning, coffee in hand, and seeing the leaves in your yard reaching up to meet the light, glossy and strong, even though you haven't fussed over them in weeks. No endless watering schedule, no perfect fertilizer routine, just life growing because it wants to. In some homes, you can almost feel this natural pulse. The flower beds bloom right on time year after year. The grass stays lush and green without expensive lawn treatments. A potted plant you forgot to tend still puts out new shoots. It's as if the land itself is working with you, quietly feeding every root and stem. And here's why that matters. Thriving plants are more than pretty scenery. They are nature's way of telling you the soil is alive, the air is clean, the energy is balanced. That balance doesn't just feed the plants, it supports you. It's the kind of environment where things grow easily, not only in the garden, but in your own life. Think about it. If life can flourish here without constant struggle, maybe your ideas, relationships, and opportunities can too. The opposite is just as telling. In some places, no matter how hard you try, the lawn burns out in the summer, flowers wither early, trees drop their leaves before fall. You spend money and effort just to keep things alive, and still they fade. That kind of resistance in the natural world often mirrors resistance in your personal life. Plans stall, momentum slips, you're always pushing uphill. But when plants are thriving on their own, they're drawing from a deep well of health in the land itself, and that well can feed you in ways you might not see right away. This isn't about having a perfect garden or knowing every plant by name. It's about noticing the signs right in front of you. Maybe it's the lilac bush outside your kitchen window that fills the air with fragrance each spring without fail. Maybe it's the way the ivy climbs your fence in perfect green waves. Maybe it's a single tomato plant that decided to sprout by the mailbox and somehow survived a dry summer. These are not random accidents, they are messages. When the earth around your home is strong, it supports all kinds of growth. That strength can translate into your health, your peace of mind, even the flow of opportunities in your life. It's the same principle that makes some towns feel welcoming the moment you arrive, while others feel heavy or tense. The difference is in the unseen layers, the richness of the soil, the way sunlight falls, the way air moves through. Your home's ground is more than dirt. It's the foundation of everything that happens there. So what does this mean for you? First, start noticing. Walk through your yard slowly. Look at the leaves, the branches, the way they respond to the season. Do they look alive, vibrant, and reaching? Or are they drooping, brittle, struggling? Second, consider what's happening beneath the surface. Healthy plants mean the roots are getting what they need. Nutrients, moisture, stability. That kind of foundation is exactly what you want for your own life. And finally, think about how you can nurture this balance. You don't need to become a master gardener. Sometimes it's as simple as removing what blocks the light, letting rain soak in naturally, or keeping the space open enough for air to move freely. These are small acts that keep the land's natural flow intact, so it can keep feeding everything, including you. There's something deeply reassuring about knowing you live in a place where life can take hold and keep going without constant intervention. It's like having a quiet partner in your success, one that works 24 hours a day without asking for anything in return. That's the kind of home you don't walk away from lightly. The leaves finding their way to the sun are not just leaves. They're a reflection of your own potential to grow with ease, to be supported by the ground beneath your feet, to flourish without wearing yourself out. If you're lucky enough to have that, pay attention. Because the day you stop noticing it might be the day you take it for granted. And that's when people often leave a home that was, all along, their richest asset. Number 2, morning light touching your floor. There's a reason some mornings feel different from others, and it has nothing to do with your mood or your coffee. It's the way the first light of the day finds you. That moment when the night has finally let go and sunlight slips through your window, touches the floor, and wraps the room in a quiet kind of warmth. Morning light is more than brightness. It's energy in its purest form. It's the day's very first offering, untainted, gentle, but powerful enough to shift the way you feel before you've even taken your first step. Homes that receive this gift each morning carry an unspoken advantage. That early light clears what's stagnant, both in the room and in you. It invites movement where things have been stuck, wakes up corners you haven't noticed in months, and reminds you, without a word, that a fresh start is always possible. Think about the homes where morning light never reaches. The curtains stay closed. The rooms are lit only by artificial bulbs, and over time something feels heavy there. The air seems still. Projects stall. People wake up slower, carry more tension, and sometimes can't explain why. Without natural light, you're missing a signal that every living thing depends on. It's time to grow, to move, to reach. When light pours in naturally, you don't have to force motivation. Your body knows what to do. You stand a little straighter. You breathe a little deeper. Even the simplest tasks feel more possible. This isn't about chasing some romantic notion of sunlit breakfasts. It's about recognizing that your home is either feeding you fresh energy every day or keeping it from you. If your home welcomes that light, you're already starting the day ahead. Notice where it falls. Maybe it's across the kitchen floor as you make your tea, or on the dining table where you write your to-do list. Maybe it lands right where your pet likes to sleep, as if they've known all along where the best spot is. That light doesn't just illuminate, it activates. It tells the space, wake up, be alive. And it does the same for you. If you've ever been in a place where the morning light floods in just right, you know the feeling. You might linger there for a moment longer, letting it warm your skin, watching the dust in the air turn into tiny flecks of gold. In that moment, you're connected, not just to the room you're in, but to the rhythm of the day, the certainty that life is moving forward. But if you've been missing this without realizing it, there's something you can do. Walk through your home tomorrow morning. Open the blinds even just for a few minutes. Let the light touch the floor, the walls, your hands. See where it naturally wants to go. Maybe you'll move a chair so you can sit in it. Maybe you'll clear a windowsill so nothing blocks it. Small shifts can make a big difference in how much of that early energy you receive. You might find that other parts of your life start moving more easily too. Not because you've changed everything overnight, but because you've allowed the simplest, most reliable source of renewal to reach you. Morning light is patient, but it's not guaranteed. Seasons change, trees grow, and sometimes what once was open becomes shaded. Pay attention to how your home interacts with it. If the light is there, guard it. If it's missing, ask what's in the way. This isn't about chasing sunshine all day. It's about that first light, the one that comes before the noise, before the world has made its demands on you. That's when it has the most power to set your day on a different course. A home that greets the sun each morning is a home that keeps you in step with something larger than yourself. It doesn't just brighten a room, It reminds you that life is happening right here, right now, and you're part of it. If you have that, hold on to it. Because no matter how much you change the furniture, the paint, or the decor, nothing compares to the simple, unstoppable grace of the morning light touching your floor. Number 3, water that's always clear and full. There's a quiet truth about water that many people overlook. It tells you everything about the health of a place. Not in the abstract, not in a poetic way, but in the most direct, visible form. If the water around your home, whether it's a pond, a bird bath, a small fountain, or even the water in your outdoor planters, stays clear, fresh, and never runs dry, you are living with a source of stability most people spend their whole lives searching for. Water is life's most honest mirror. When it's clean and moving, it signals balance, flow, and renewal. When it's cloudy, stagnant, or vanishing too quickly, it signals something very different. Energy that's stuck, opportunities slipping away, or resources that never seem to stretch far enough. You can see it without needing an expert. Clear water reflects light. It draws your eye because it feels safe, calming, and dependable. That's the same feeling you have when your finances are steady, your health is strong, and your relationships are in harmony. You don't have to constantly fix, fight, or chase. But here's the thing, you can't fake it. A pond kept clear by chemicals might look fine for a moment, but if the environment around it is off balance, that clarity won't last. Real, lasting clarity happens when the conditions are right. When the source is clean, the flow is steady, and nothing is blocking or contaminating it. And that's exactly what you want in your home and in your life. Think about homes where water features seem to take care of themselves. A backyard pond that never smells bad, a small waterfall that always runs, a simple bowl outside the porch where birds drink every morning. These are not just pretty details. They are signs that the ground and air are supporting life in a sustainable way. That kind of environment doesn't just help the water, it helps you. It keeps you from constantly feeling drained or in crisis mode. The opposite is easy to spot too. Maybe you've seen it. A fountain that used to sparkle now sitting still and green, a bird bath with a film of algae, a stream bed that's cracked and dry. You can clean, refill, or repair, but it's a constant battle because the underlying balance isn't there. And when you're living in that kind of energy, life feels exactly the same, like you're always having to patch things up just to keep going. Water that's always clear and full doesn't mean your life will be perfect, but it does mean you're in a place that supports renewal without you having to force it. It means the environment is working with you, not against you. And in a world where so much feels uncertain, that kind of support is rare and worth protecting. So ask yourself, what is the water around my home telling me? Is it clean and alive, reflecting the sky? Is it feeding the birds, drawing in life? Or is it tired, stagnant, something I avoid looking at? The answer might be telling you more about your life than you realize. If you're lucky enough to have water that stays clear and full without constant effort, see it for what it is. A living sign that your home is grounded in balance and abundance. That's the kind of place where resources, money, energy, health, have a way of staying steady. And that's the kind of place you don't walk away from lightly. Number 4, a breeze that knows its way home. Some houses breathe and some don't. You can feel the difference the moment you walk in. A house that breathes welcomes you with air that feels alive, cool, clean, and gently moving, as if the walls themselves know how to exhale. One of the most powerful, overlooked signs of a home that supports your well-being is the presence of a natural breeze that knows exactly how to find its way through. This isn't just about comfort on a summer day. It's about energy that moves freely instead of sitting still. A breeze is nature's way of stirring the space, carrying out what's stale, bringing in what's fresh. When air flows easily through your home, it keeps the environment light and balanced. You sleep better, think more clearly, and feel less weighed down without ever connecting those feelings to the movement of air. In a home without this, the difference is stark. The air feels heavy, odors linger. You might notice a subtle restlessness, or worse, a kind of dull fatigue that follows you from room to room. Stagnant air doesn't just affect your comfort, it can mirror how life feels in that space, stuck, slow, and harder than it should be. But when a home receives a steady, gentle breeze, it's as if every room is constantly reset. Curtains lift, the temperature evens out, and there's a subtle reminder that the world outside is connected to the one inside. That connection is vital. It keeps you from feeling closed in, from losing perspective. If you've ever stepped into a room where a light wind moved through, just enough to sway the leaves of a plant or brush against your arm, you know it carries a calm that can't be replicated with a fan or air conditioning. That's because it's not just moving air. It's the outside world quietly reaching in to say, you're part of something bigger than these four walls. If your home has this kind of breeze, protect it. Notice where it enters and exits. Maybe it comes through a kitchen window in the late afternoon, or slips in from the back porch in the early morning. Keep those pathways open. Avoid blocking them with heavy furniture, thick drapes, or clutter. Even small obstructions can stop something that should be effortless. If you don't have a natural breeze, sometimes you can invite it in by simply opening the right combination of windows or doors, letting air cross from one side of the house to the other. It doesn't take long to feel the difference. A lightness settles in and the space feels newly alive. A breeze that knows its way home is a sign your environment is in rhythm with the world beyond your walls. It's a sign of openness, of healthy exchange. Just as a body thrives when the breath is deep and unblocked, a home thrives when air moves through it without strain. If you've ever wondered why some places feel instantly more peaceful, this is often the reason. It's not an accident. It's the result of a natural flow that's been allowed, not interrupted. In the same way a plant leans toward the sun, a home leans toward balance when air can move. And when your home is in balance, it's far easier for your life to be, too. A steady, welcoming breeze is worth noticing because it speaks to something bigger. A home that lets things in and out in the right measure, that doesn't trap what should be released, that stays in quiet conversation with the world outside. If you have it, keep it. If you don't, make room for it. You might find that when the air moves more freely, so do you. Number 5. Bees choosing your roof. There's a reason bees don't build their homes just anywhere. They are selective, precise, and deeply in tune with their surroundings. When bees choose your roof, your porch eaves, or a sheltered corner of your home to make their hive, it's not random. It's a sign your space offers the right balance of safety, stability, and resources. This is more than a matter of convenience for the bees. It's a reflection of the environment you've created, one that naturally attracts life. Bees are nature's master builders, operating with harmony and purpose. They won't settle in a place that feels chaotic, constantly disturbed, or lacking in the essentials they need to thrive. If they've chosen you, it means your home offers a kind of security they trust. And trust from a creature that relies on instinct above all else is worth paying attention to. Think about what a beehive represents: industry, cooperation, productivity, and the creation of something valuable from the simplest of resources. A thriving hive is a perfect symbol of abundance built steadily over time. It's the same kind of abundance you want in your own life. Not a sudden windfall, but a steady, growing store of good things that comes from working in harmony with your environment. When bees arrive, they bring with them an invisible kind of endorsement. They're saying this is a place where life can happen uninterrupted, where the climate is kind enough and the energy is steady enough for their work to flourish. In human terms, that's a home where you can build without constant setbacks, where relationships and projects can grow without being torn down by conflict or instability. The presence of bees also tells you something about the land itself. Bees need flowers, water, and safe shelter within reach. If your home can offer all three, it's likely in a spot that's already rich in the quiet essentials for life. That richness doesn't stop with them. It can carry over to you in ways you may not immediately see. A property that sustains bees is often the same kind of property that sustains the people living there. nourishing, protective, and productive over the long term. Some people see a hive and think only of the inconvenience or the risk of stings. But consider this: bees are remarkably non-aggressive when left undisturbed. If they are simply going about their work, they're not looking for conflict. Their focus is on building, creating, and protecting what they've made. There's a lesson in that. When you live in a place where the conditions are right, you don't have to fight for every gain. You can focus on adding to what's already good. If you notice bees building near your home, you don't necessarily need to remove them unless they pose a direct danger. Instead, you might simply take a moment to recognize what their presence says about your space. They've assessed it far more thoroughly than you have, using senses you can't replicate, and they've decided it's worth investing their time and effort here. That's a powerful affirmation. In a world where so many homes are built and sold without regard for the natural balance of the land, a hive appearing on your property is like a quiet gold seal of approval. It says, without words, this place supports life. And if it supports theirs so well, there's a good chance it supports yours too. Protecting that balance means not just leaving the bees undisturbed, but also preserving the qualities that attracted them in the first place. Keep your outdoor spaces healthy, free from harsh chemicals that would drive them away. Maintain the plant life that feeds them. Ensure there are calm, sheltered areas where they and you can work without disruption. Bees choosing your roof is not a random act. It's an echo of something deeper, a sign that your home is aligned with the rhythms of the living world. If you're fortunate enough to have them settle in, it's worth considering what they've already figured out. That this is a place worth staying in, building in, and thriving in. And maybe, just maybe, that's the same conclusion you should reach about your own life here. Number 6. A rainbow after the rain. A rainbow never appears by accident. It's the result of perfect conditions, light, water, and timing all coming together for a few fleeting minutes. If you've ever stood at your window after a storm and seen a ribbon of color stretching across the sky above your home, you've witnessed more than just a pretty scene. A rainbow after the rain is nature's way of saying the hard part is over, that clarity has returned, and that the atmosphere around you is ready to welcome something new. Storms, whether in the weather or in life, bring weight. The air feels heavy, the light is dim, and everything seems unsettled. But when the storm passes, the air clears, the sun breaks through, and a rainbow appears. It's not just beauty, it's proof that harmony has been restored. For it to happen where you live, the timing and alignment have to be just right. That alignment speaks volumes about your surroundings. It means your home sits in a place where light can break through cleanly after difficulty, where conditions favor renewal rather than lingering gloom. The symbolism matters, but so does the physical reality. Light is finding you. In the same way a rainbow can only appear when sunlight meets rain at the right angle, the best opportunities in life often show up when your environment supports them. If your home has given you that view even once, it's telling you it's capable of more than shelter. It's capable of being a backdrop for moments of real transformation. The power of a rainbow isn't in how long it lasts, but in how it makes you feel. You stop what you're doing, you notice, and for a moment the rest of the world fades. It resets your perspective, just like a good piece of news after weeks of uncertainty or a breakthrough after long frustration. A rainbow over your home says that this is a place where those shifts can happen, where heaviness can give way to light. Some might dismiss it as chance, but consider how rare it really is to catch one from your own doorstep. The angle of the sun, the distance of the rain, the position of the viewer, everything has to align. That kind of alignment mirrors the kind you want in your life. Timing that works in your favor, circumstances that set the stage for good things to appear. If you've seen it once, you might see it again, but only if the openness that allowed it stays intact. That means keeping your view clear, literally and figuratively. Remove what blocks the light in your yard and in your routines. Let yourself be in the right place when good things happen, not shut away from them. A rainbow after the rain doesn't put food on the table or money in your account, but it does something just as important. It reminds you that cycles exist, that no storm lasts forever, and that beauty often comes right after the hardest part. If your home is a place where that reminder can reach you, it's worth holding onto. Because in a world that moves fast and forgets easily, having a place that can stop you in your tracks and make you believe again is a kind of wealth you can't buy. Number 7. Frogs calling at night. On a quiet night after the rain, when the streets glisten under the glow of porch lights and the air smells clean, you might hear it. A slow, steady chorus of frogs calling from somewhere nearby. It's not the loud, insistent sound of the day, but a low, rhythmic voice that seems to rise from the earth itself. If you live in a place where frogs make themselves heard at night, it's a sign worth paying attention to. Frogs don't settle everywhere. They need clean water, healthy land, and a safe environment to thrive. Their presence means the ecosystem around your home is alive and in balance, capable of supporting even the most sensitive of creatures. That balance doesn't just benefit the frogs, it benefits you. A home that can sustain wildlife in such harmony is often the same kind of place where human life feels more supported, where progress comes more naturally, and where growth, both personal and financial, doesn't have to be forced. The sound of frogs after dark is also a reminder of cycles. They call during times of change, after rain has refreshed the land, when conditions are just right for new life to begin. In many ways, it's nature's quiet announcement that something new is starting, that resources are flowing again, that it's safe to move forward. If you've ever paused to listen, you know it carries a strange comfort. The world feels slower, calmer, but also full of possibility. In contrast, silence where there used to be frogs can mean something has shifted. Water has dried, the land has lost some of its vitality, or the environment has become less welcoming. Just as a thriving chorus signals abundance, its absence can be a warning. Living where frogs call at night connects you to the pulse of the land. It's a background rhythm that reassures you you're in sync with the natural world, that you're part of a place where renewal happens without needing your control. If you're fortunate enough to hear it often, notice how it makes you feel. Less hurried, more grounded, more aware that life is happening all around you. Protect the conditions that make it possible. Keep your water sources clean, avoid harsh chemicals, and allow spaces where nature can thrive undisturbed. Frogs calling at night may seem like a small thing, but it's really an indicator of something far bigger. It's proof that your home sits in an environment where life renews itself, where the next chapter can begin at any time, and where prosperity, like those voices in the dark, can quietly build in the background until it's strong enough to carry you forward. Number 8. Birds building a nest by your home. When birds choose to build a nest by your home, they are doing more than finding a spot to raise their young. They are making a statement about the kind of place you live. Birds are incredibly sensitive to their surroundings. They won't settle where the air feels hostile, where noise is constant, or where danger lurks close by. If swallows, sparrows, or any small songbirds return year after year to tuck their nests under your eaves or in the branches outside your window, it means your home offers what they value most: safety, stability, and a steady source of nourishment. That choice isn't random, it's a form of trust, earned through the environment you've created and the balance your property maintains. A bird's nest is a symbol of life at its most delicate yet determined. It's made from scraps and threads built with patience and designed to protect something precious until it's ready to face the world. When that process happens right next to you, it says something about the energy of your home. It's a place where fragile beginnings can grow strong. People who live in homes where birds return each season often describe a certain lightness in the atmosphere. Morning starts with song instead of silence. The sight of a parent bird delivering food to its chicks becomes part of the daily rhythm. These moments, small as they seem, carry a reminder. Your home is part of a larger cycle, one that supports life beyond your own. The opposite is also telling. In areas where the energy is unsettled, too much disruption, too little shelter, birds don't stay. They might pass through, but they won't invest the effort to build and return. The absence of nests can point to a space that's out of sync, where even nature hesitates to put down roots. If you're lucky enough to have birds nest by your home, there are ways to keep that blessing. Avoid disturbing their chosen spot. Let the rhythm of their work unfold alongside yours. You might place a small bowl of water nearby or plant shrubs that provide both food and cover. These small acts not only make their lives easier, they reinforce the qualities that drew them there in the first place. Birds building a nest near you is more than a charming detail. It's a message. It says your home is a place where life wants to return, where bonds can form and endure, where growth happens season after season. And in the same way the nest holds and protects its young until they are ready to fly, your home may be doing the same for your own dreams and plans, keeping them safe, giving them time, and preparing them to take flight when the moment is right. Number 9, children choosing to play here. When children choose to play in front of your home without being invited, it says something powerful about the space you live in. Kids are natural sensors of atmosphere. They don't analyze it, they feel it. They gravitate toward places that feel open, safe, and alive, and they avoid spots that feel tense or unwelcoming, even if they can't explain why. If the laughter of neighborhood children fills the air around your home, if you see them riding bikes in your driveway or gathering on your front lawn, it's not just coincidence. It's a reflection of the energy your property holds. Children aren't drawn by appearance alone. A perfectly landscaped yard can leave them cold if the air feels heavy. What they respond to is the invisible warmth a space gives off, the kind of subtle welcome that comes from a place in harmony. Their presence signals that your home radiates stability, joy, and comfort, qualities that often go hand in hand with prosperity. There's a certain life that children bring with them, a contagious vitality that seems to charge the air. When they are around, a space feels more vibrant, more awake. It's the same kind of vibrancy that attracts opportunity and keeps relationships strong. On the other hand, if your home is always quiet, if children never linger nearby, it could be a sign that something in the environment is closed off, physically or energetically. You can't fake the conditions that draw kids in. Just like plants and wildlife, they respond to what's real. If your home offers a sense of safety and openness, they'll return again and again, making it a natural gathering point. Protecting this quality doesn't mean turning your home into a playground. It means maintaining the calm, balanced atmosphere that made it inviting in the first place. Keep the outdoor areas cared for, avoid creating barriers that shut the space off from the street, and allow the natural flow of life to move through. Children choosing to play in front of your home is more than a sweet detail. It's a living sign that your property is a hub of positive energy. And in the same way a child's laughter can brighten even the dullest afternoon, that energy can ripple into every other part of your life, quietly supporting the growth, connection, and abundance you may already be experiencing without even realizing it. When you look at these 9 signs together, they form more than a checklist. They tell the story of a home that works with you instead of against you. Thriving plants, warm morning light, clear and steady water, a welcoming breeze, bees that choose to stay, rainbows after the storm, the gentle chorus of frogs at night, birds returning to nest, and the laughter of children at your door. Each is a clue that the environment around you is balanced, alive, and quietly supporting your life. None of them exist in isolation. They are all part of the same underlying truth. When the conditions are right, life flourishes without being forced. That's as true for your garden as it is for your health, your relationships, and your prosperity. These signs aren't about superstition. They are about reading the subtle, scientific indicators of a healthy ecosystem. Clean water means the land can filter and renew itself. A steady breeze keeps air moving, reducing stagnation. Wildlife returns only when there's safety and resources. Light shapes our mood and energy at a biological level. Children respond instinctively to the security and openness of a space. Together, they form a natural feedback loop between your home and your well-being. The real takeaway is this: your home is not just a container for your life, it's a living part of it. It shapes you as much as you shape it. When you recognize these patterns, you can choose to protect and nurture them, so they keep working in your favor. If you've noticed even a few of these signs where you live, it may mean you've already found something people spend decades searching for. A place where you can stay, grow, and prosper simply by being in tune with the life around you. And in a world that's always telling you to move, change, or chase something new, perhaps the most powerful choice you can make is to recognize when you're already standing on blessed ground.